I often get asked about how to use wine with Linux. That's easy. Grab the glass, put 3 ice cubes, take a sip. That's how you use wine with Linux. Welcome everybody to Wine and Linux live. I've never had good luck using the wine software with Linux, so I don't use it. I'm assuming people want to use Windows inside Linux, so if you really have to use Windows programs, just use Windows 10 and don't use Linux. But as far as Wine and Linux, I 100% approve using Wine with Linux like I'm doing now. Salute. So, a Thursday night live stream, very rare for me, but it's too cold to go out and play. So I'm staying in the house. If anybody wants to jump on and say hello in the chat, please do. Probably be a 30-minute chat or so, something like that. So, you know, one thing about the winters in Ohio, one thing I miss is not being able to go swimming. Yeah, I really miss that. So let's take a look at Distro Watch and see what's new over there. Let's see. Let's go to the page hit rankings. Now again, this doesn't mean how many people are actually using any specific distribution, but it shows it's a guide, a gauge on the interest of any particular Linux distribution. So if we go through this here real quick, starting at the top, number 1, MX Linux. Number 1, I've tried before, very good. Manjaro, I did a full install once. For me, it was a total disaster. I've heard it's better now. Good luck with it. I know a lot of you use it. That's great. But for me, nah. Mint, a fine choice for beginners and beyond. Pop! OS I've tried. Very good. Of course, Ubuntu. Where would the world be without Ubuntu, right? Debian I've tried. Debian Stable, rock solid. Elementary I've tried. It looks good. Fedora, I would say it's not for beginners. It's okay, but not for beginners. Solus, I believe they have a different developer. It seemed okay if I recall. Endeavor OS, I don't know if I recall trying that or not. KDE Neon I've tried. I liked. OpenSUSE is good. I don't think it's for beginners. Zorin, another excellent choice for beginners. They've been around 10 years now, so good for Zorin. Deepin, I think I tried once. That was another total disaster for me, but it certainly looks good. Ubuntu Kylin, I believe, is a Chinese version of Ubuntu. Arch, I've tried Arch Base. Again, it's not for me, but if you're looking for total control of your system and you know what you're doing, absolutely check out Arch. Linux FX is crawling up on the charts. I've been asked to take a look at this, but I keep forgetting. But I will take a look at this sooner or later. Antix, very lightweight. Check it out. CentOS, I don't recall I've taken a look at that, but I don't think it's for beginners. Arch or Linux, based off of Arch, I believe. I believe some of you like it, so check that one out. Puppy Linux, this one's been around a while. A lightweight Linux system. Kali, I don't believe I've taken a look at. PC Linux OS, I believe this uses RPM packages. I believe they are based in the United States, out of Texas, if I am not mistaken. Very rock solid. Linux Lite I've used, very good. FreeBSD I tried once. I didn't think that worked out. Mageia, it came and went, is back. I think I've tried this in the late 2000s. Sparky Linux I've taken a look at. I don't remember if I liked it or not. EasyOS, what a great name for an operating system. I don't know if it's easy or not. Lubuntu, very good, lightweight if you want to resurrect an older system. Peppermint, excellent for beginners. Tails I've taken a look at. Q4OS, my new favorite, extra lightweight Debian based system. So check out Q4OS. Slackware, I don't think I've taken a look at. Devuin, don't think I've taken a look at. Ubuntu has been around a while. Lightweight Kubuntu, of course. The Plasma Desktop, very nice. Garuda. It sounds like an island. Yeah. Parrot OS. Not taking a look at. Endless, I believe I've taken a look at. Don't remember if I liked it or not. Void. How can the Linux Gold Standard Ubuntu Mate be number 41 on the list? This is rigged. Should be in the top 10 at least. Just personal preference. Blue Star. I don't think I've used that. Chaos or KOS. React OS. I think it's a distribution made to look like Windows. I think this has been like an alpha stage for the last 15 years, so you figure it out. Gentoo. Chromebooks based off of Gentoo. They rock. What can I say? Yep. Archman. Of course, Arch Alpine. Don't know if I've taken a look at Android. I think I've tried Android on the desktop. It's okay. Pure OS. Artix. A-R-T-I-X. Artix. Yeah, it's probably a very cold OS. I don't know. Well, that's the top 50. Let's take a look who's in the chat. 7478 is in the chat. Timo, how are you, Tim? All right, this one's for Tim. There you go. Salute. Yes, I approve of using wine with Linux 100%. You know me. Remember, it has to be 3 ice cubes and they melted. Oh man. It has to be red wine in Linux because red wine is universal. You can drink it. You can cook steak with it. You can do a mixed drink with 7-Up. You know, maybe other mixed drinks. So if you're going to use wine with Linux, it has to be red. That's the law. Cheers. Anyway, I've got my wine to keep me warm. Isn't that a Christmas song? I've got my love to keep me warm. Okay, anyway. What's up, Tim? Razor's in the house. 7478 loves Anthix. Yeah, I tried it once. It is super, super lightweight. Yeah, I prefer using Q4OS. I got a message from Patreon. Do I have plans this month? Join our new workshops, club, blah, blah, blah. I don't know about that. But thank you, Patreon. It's the blood of our Linux community. Yes, red wine is the blood of our Linux community. I agree. If we have anybody new people watching, please do say hello. I try to do these short streams, vlogs at random times so people can come in and say hello. Mark is in the house. Good day, good evening, wherever you're from. Or as Steve would say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good drinking. You messed up your external drive, so wipe that and put Ubuntu Mate on it. Did the ricing? What's ricing? Ubuntu Mate rocks. That's what I use now, man. It just works. Bokanovsky. PC Linux OS is the only one that works GPU graphics with native resolution for any computer being old and new. Oh wow. All Debian based, you will not be able to use an old computer. Interesting. Yeah, I had PC Linux OS installed on an older ThinkPad for about a year. It was rock solid. Again, they're like Debian stable in terms of picking software. They don't use the latest and greatest. At least they didn't used to. But yeah, PC Linux OS is pretty good. 12:53 p.m. there. Okay. All right. In NZ, New Zealand? Where's NZ? Antix number 2. Do you like using the Fluxbox in Antix? Fluxbox is light. LJ Pellegrino. Pellegrino is a drink, so salute. With Debian based, unfortunately, you have to go to forums to solve graphical issues. I don't use Debian. I think I've installed Debian stable once or twice. It's definitely not for beginners to solve problems, but I don't recall having problems with graphics with Debian. Of course, I never had it long enough to really test it. But Debian stable in general is pretty good, you know. You may spend hours on this GPU problem. Linux in general still struggles with multimedia aspects such as graphics drivers. Yeah, we don't. I wish we had a national multimedia Linux system. You know, that where a video editor, a streamer, a recorder, where everything just works. And it does. To me, it wouldn't matter what it's based on. Base it off of Arch or Gentoo. I don't care as long as it works. I wish we had that, and we don't. You know, that's why I still have Windows 10 as a backup, and that's why Macs sell so well, because their multimedia apps, the editing, the recorders, they just work. They're expensive, but they work, and they really have no competition, not yet. So, you know, yeah, all Debian-based Ubuntu Mint, yes. Ubuntu Mate, yes. All right, let's go back to that list. All right, 51 is Gecko, Ghost BSD, NixOS, 4M Linux, Boozen Labs, Voyager I've tried. I think it's from France, is not bad. Haiku, Absolute, Farron is very good. Ultimate, are they still around? Bodhi I've tried, very lightweight. Nitrix, Red Hat, Kodachi, Redo, Archbang, RoboLinux, Knoppix, Triskel, Alt, ClearOS, and Ubuntu. Ubuntu DP. What is Ubuntu DP? LXLE, we don't talk about that much. An excellent lightweight distribution. Ubuntu Budgie, I've tried, very good. Enzo OS from Italy. I don't know where he's from. OpenBSD, Nomad, Ubuntu Studio I've looked at. Raspberry Pi. Cubase, or Cubes, I prefer saying Cubase. Tiny Core, AB Linux I've looked at. Scepter, Black Arch I think I've looked at. Dragonfly, OpenMandriva. Sabayon. Clear eLive I've looked at, very nice looking and lightweight. One of my favorites is Makulu Linux. Too bad it's 91 on the list, on the hit list. Arch Labs, Oracle, SteamOS, Netrunner, one of my other favorites, 95. Oh my goodness. Baroon. I don't know. SmartOS, Volumio, Rosen System Rescue. Wraps up the top 100. But where was Ubuntu Mate at? 41. Boo. It should be in the top 10. Come on, people. Just a personal thought. Anyway, that's a quick look at the top 100 list there on the Distro Watch. The initial setup can be a pain. New Zealand, wow. Every time you install Debian, you get cannot load kernel error. Really? And this is off Debian Stable, Mark? I am surprised if it's off of Debian Stable. Yeah, I've never come across that. Yeah. I don't know. I guess you got to look at the forums, like you were saying. But yeah, something's up with that. If it's off Debian Stable, I'm very surprised. Bakanovsky says, yes, the perfect Linux for everyone should be based on Ubuntu because to have giant forums, yeah, be the most. Well, look, they started Canonical. They started in 2004, right? I think. I started with Linux with Ubuntu 2006. Just out of pure coincidence, pure luck. Even back then when I was using Windows XP, I liked what I saw. It wasn't ready for the masses yet, for for prime time back then, but I liked what I saw, meaning I thought it had potential in '06. So from there I went to Linux Mint, Zorn. Actually, over the course of 10 years, I lost track hundreds of Linux. I distro hopped, as they say, distro hop. Finally in 2016 I thought, this is just stupid. Just stop. And I stopped with Ubuntu with Unity. It just worked. I had it on 2 computers, rock solid. I'm good to go. And then Ubuntu drops Unity. I had to start all over. I went to Ubuntu Mate, and here I am, solid Ubuntu Mate, 4 years later. It just works. It's given me the least amount of problems. I think the last stream I did was on my Lenovo desktop, which is 9 years old. Has the original hard drive, just a dual core with Ubuntu Mate on it, and it ran fine. It's not zippy, but I bet if I change that hard drive to an SSD drive, I bet it'll fly. So Ubuntu Mate just works. It's simple. So what do Windows users want? Probably the same thing Linux users want. They just want the system to work without solving puzzles like graphics drivers or kernel panics, right? They just want it to plug it in, turn it on, and go. Tim, like Unity also, yeah. Hello, Farron. Hey, what's up? So, once Debian does not come with graphical drivers out of the box, yeah. The distros based on will not work for every, yeah. If it's not something out of the box that you have to hunt, that's going to be difficult, even if you are advanced. That's why, like I said, I haven't had issues with Ubuntu Mate so far. Running it on multiple systems. So it's, I have on my Ubuntu Mate system, there's the Mate tweak tool where you can have 7 or 8 different desktop environments. I got one single panel at the top, and you've seen it before. Everything is up there. All my shortcuts, bang, ready to go. So it is Debian stable. Okay, maybe the SSD is bad. Using Etcher. I've had problems with Etcher in the past, so don't use Etcher, Mark. Don't use it. That may be the problem. I don't know what's up with Etcher. I don't use it. I use something else. I forget what it is right now, but I don't use Etcher. That may be the problem. I don't know. You could try copy pasting the partitions while using a live USB. I know. Just try it. I use what do I use in Ubuntu Mate to make a bootable disk? Is it just USB writer? It's called Startup Disk Creator. I'm assuming it's in most Ubuntu-based systems or Debian systems. Called Startup Disk Creator to create a bootable disk, and it comes with the system. It just seems to work. So try that maybe. I don't know. I've used Gparted in the past, yeah. Yeah, Etcher in the past has given me problems. You can use this utility, yeah. If you want to, yes. Yeah. I did see the Martin Wimpress is the lead developer for Mate, talking about accessing the Mutiny desktop in Cupertino. Honestly, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Like I said, I don't really use the panel changer that much, Farron, so it's no big deal, really. It still rocks. Ubuntu Mate still rocks. I mean, there are, 8 different choices? Most people only have 1 or 2 favorites. Yeah, I have no problem with that. Whatever they want to do to make it better, streamline. I have the old GNOME 2 look, so, yeah, but that's fine. I caught on replay Martin Wimpress's live stream. He mentioned it, but I don't have a problem. GNOME disk can be used for live USBs. Yes. Hello, Quails. Welcome. Yeah, I mean, the Mutiny choice on Ubuntu Mate looks good, but I don't really use it. Yeah. Yeah, I think Ubuntu Mate is going to be fine. Just keep it stable, make it work, keep it simple. Don't get fancy. Don't do something it's not designed for. I think so instead of 8 choices for the panel layout, you would have what, 6? So what? You think that to Linux have a chance on the market, it should ship a version for people to use at work first? Okay. Yeah, look, there's a reason why Chromebooks based off of Gentoo are selling. Number one, they just work. Number two, I believe, is the price. Normally, I would put price first. Certainly, that's important. But if it doesn't work, then it's no good at any price. Number one, it works. Number two is the price. Number three, there's no maintenance with the Chromebook. Now, most people ain't going to say, hey, I'm buying that because that's based on Linux. They're just buying it because maybe their neighbor had it or they saw a commercial. The price is right. There's no maintenance with the Chromebook. Updates are in the background. There's little, like notification reboot, please, and that's it. And that's why they are selling. But you're right. We could use a national desktop, yeah. The HUD I do not use. Farron, yeah. Yeah, it's probably the last thing on my mind. Anyway, for the people coming in late, welcome to Wine and Linux. I endorse using red wine with Linux. But get rid of the GNOME desktop on main Ubuntu, put the Mate edition. Well, we already have Ubuntu Mate, so GNOME is just another choice. It's not my favorite. I have no problem with it. It's not my first choice, so yeah, keep it simple and familiar. That's why we have Ubuntu Mate. That's why we have Zorin with, was it Zorin Lite? That's why we have Ubuntu, Time to I know, Tim, I'm running a little low here. I'm running low on fuel, man. When we do our private chat tomorrow night, I may just have enough. I keep forgetting to buy it at Kroger's. I was just there the other day. I mean, I buy food, but I'm running a little low on fuel. Wine is not a recommended substance for your Linux operation. No, but it's a recommended substance for my operation. Yes, it is a good match. Fine, if you insist, I'll have a little more. I'll sleep good tonight. I actually went for a walk out tonight, but it's a little bit chilly. Okay, very good. This is yours, and this is mine. Just a joke. I never drink and drive. I always drive like 99% of the time. So it's like when I go out, before the pandemic hit, I would have maybe one drink, 2 tops, and that's it. And I'm cool with that, So Mark, you like Ubuntu Mate? Mate over? Yeah. Ubuntu flavor, good. Yeah, it works. Don't drink and root. Okay. Yes, COVID test. Speaking of COVID, it's bad. Ohio just went into, what is it, red, purple, green, lavender. I don't know these freaking colors anymore. All I know is it's bad out there. Be safe, by the way. Wear the freaking mask. I know the mask sucks. I agree. Just wear it. I want you to live. Okay? Thank you, Tim. Yeah, if anybody wants to donate to these live streams or the channel, just use the Patreon or PayPal links. I stopped doing the Friday night chats. We don't have any support for them right now. And the pandemic may be why, may be a reason, I don't know. But and anybody who supports the channel, I have your email, and I'll send you a link if you want to join us on the adult chats for Friday night. I don't sell your emails. I don't give them out. So, but thank you. Yes, sometimes extensions can break on the upgrade, yes. That's why I have Mate. There are no extensions. Just comes with it. I guess the Mate tweak tool, that could be considered an extension, but it's built in, so If people at their workstation instead of Windows had to use Linux, and if it was a good distro, easy to use, Linux would have a chance. Yeah. Well, this year with the pandemic, you've had more people stuck at home, students, workers using. That's why Chromebook sales through the roof. You know. So Chromebooks have proven that a national Linux system can be successful. It's just not enough. I can't do multimedia stuff. I mean, I can live stream on a Chromebook, but I can't do editing or tweaking the audio. I can't really do it as well on a Chromebook, and that's what's missing. You know. Other than that, if it's just for school or for docs, documents, emails, watching a movie on a Chromebook for $200, you can't beat it, and it's at least 5 years support. Some of the newer Chromebooks, 8 years support. Try to get that from a Mac. Hello, BU007. Speaking of Bond, that movie might be delayed again past April. They should rename the movie, instead of No Time to Die, No Time to Show It. Anyway, you use KDE, have a problem with the event calendar widget. I don't use KDE, so I don't know how to help you with that. Mixers, mics, podcasting kits sold crazy this year, really. I might order a mic. I might order a lapel mic to plug into a 4K phone. But, yeah. Quails, Ubuntu Mate. We have another winner here for Ubuntu Mate. But, yeah, I mean, the KDE, the Plasma desktop looks fantastic, but that's not my default distribution, so I don't know about that. Maybe check the forums. I don't know. Yeah. Linux should be easy for people at work. Number one rule. I agree. Linux should be easy for everybody. If it's easy at work, they would say yes, they could use it at home. I totally agree. When you look at a Chromebook, there's not that much of a learning curve. You open the lid, it turns on, you log in, and you're there. 10 seconds. I have yet to hear about a Chromebook being infected. I've never heard it. Have you? Sure, it has somewhere, but I haven't seen it. Tim, we'll do a private chat tomorrow night, as usual. Friday nights. Anybody else who's on my email list, I will send you an email if you want to join in. A private chat means we don't go live, so speak your mind. It's infected by Google. I guess that's an infection if you want to look at it that way. I'm talking about stability and no problems. Stability and no problems. That's what I mean by no viruses. Oh my goodness. But yeah, KDE Neon, I've tested once or twice. It's okay. I prefer Mate, so it's affected by Google. We must terminate Google. Blah. Speaking of, Arnold Terminator, what's his name, wants to do another Terminator movie, or there's been talks about it. Wow. He'll be walking on like with the cane. I miss Arnold. Anyway. Quail says Linux is easy. Well, Ubuntu Mate is easy. Right? I think so. All right. I'll stick around a little bit longer. Be on tomorrow night. Very good, Tim. I will catch you then about 9:15ish for another adult chat, as it were. So has anybody gotten Christmas shopping for themselves? I bought myself a new phone. The Moto G Stylus. Got it on sale for $200. Ooh, the stylus. Ooh, I can, do my thing there. Anyway, I like it. Check it out. Cool blue, midnight blue. I've got the blues. Yes, the KDE has been light for the last couple of years. Yeah, I was surprised too. Mate is nice for Windows users. Yes, requires a little setup. Yeah. You bought a mic, a mixer, and headphones in the last month. Which mic did you buy? Like a headset mic or like a snowball type of a mic, like a desktop mic? I thought about, buying one of those mics where, you got the arm sticking out here, but I don't know. I mean, it seems like it would be more cluttered, where something like this, it's out of the way. Yeah, it's got the cord coming down, but so what? But it's out of the way. This thing was like $20. This and a USB adapter, $20. It sounds great, but I don't know, just a thought. The next phone, yeah, this phone, I think it went up a little bit. It's still worth it, but I'm very happy with this phone. Battery life is great. A solid 2 days, maybe more. 4K stereo speakers, one at the top, and there's one here at the bottom. So great sounding phone, feels solid. I had to buy the case for it, Tim, but I mean, for 200 some bucks, for the last 2 years, I'm happy with it. So, I can't see myself spending $1,000 for a phone. I'd rather spend $1,000 on this phone and a nice 4K camera or something, Mate is great for beginners, yes. ZRAM. Do I have ZRAM? It's supposed to speed up your system, but I don't know. I don't know. I have enough. I got 16 gigs of RAM in this thing, so it's good enough. So yeah. Excuse me. Hire a sound guy to hold a boom mic over your head. Yeah, like they do in Hollywood, it's like right here, right? It's right out of frame. Like normally it's here, but like when they shoot the movies, it's out of frame. It's here, But anyway, I don't know. I thought about it, but I think this is fine. Isn't this good for $20? Yeah, just a thought. All right, let's give this a 10-minute warning, guys, and we'll wrap it up. So if there's anybody else who wants to say hi that we missed, please do. Like Kentucky Fried Movie. I haven't seen Kentucky Fried Movie, yeah. So add a drip to it. You know what? The red wine is universal, like I said. I use it to cook steak sometime or pork chops. Mixed drink with 7-Up. I love 7-Up. I've been hooked on 7-Up lately. I don't know why. I don't know. If 7-Up wants to sponsor a live show, hint, 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 hint. If I have 16 gigs of RAM, I will benefit from Z-Swap as opposed to Z-RAM. Okay. Oh, maybe I'll try it. Yeah, this seems fine in Ubuntu Mate. Actually, even in Windows 10, it's fine. So, 16 gigs of RAM seems to be the sweet spot for video rendering. Now, if you're doing 4K rendering or higher, you really want about 32 gig or higher. So, Yep, penny pincher yourself. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what you mean. I have to get new tires for my son's car. I have not heard from Spatchery Quails, so I don't know. I'm assuming he's still in Florida. 3 gigs is plenty for Mate. If you do no kind of, if you don't do what I do, 3 gigs is fine. Maybe even 2 gigs, but 3 should be fine. Yeah, In my older ThinkPad that had Windows XP, with Q4 OS, that has only 2 gigs, and it's fine. So yeah, if you don't have an older PC, you probably don't want to install Ubuntu or something heavy. on there. So, Ubuntu Mate, Lubuntu, Linux Lite, Q4 OS, as I've proven, can work fine. Let's see, Peppermint OS. Lots of choices. When I started this channel 10 years ago, there wasn't a lot of good choices back then, but that's all changed. That has all changed, and you know what? It's for the better. So, yeah, 4 gigs. Yeah, in my Lenovo, I got 8 gigs in that machine. I just wish I had a RAM, not RAM, but a graphics card in there. Linux does use RAM efficiently, usually. Yes, it does. Yeah. Yeah, the extra RAM, and the graphics cards mainly for video rendering, like what I do. Not for everyday use. You don't need it. That's why Chromebooks can work as little as 4 gigs of RAM and you're good to go. So. Galpon Menino Gueles is a really light distro. Okay. You don't deal with Apple. Apple works. Tim, when you look at a lot of YouTubers, not everyone, but a lot of them, who have major sponsors and have a gazillion subscribers, they're not using Linux, they're not using Windows, they're using Mac. Now, can they all be stupid? I don't think so, because it just works. So, I don't use Mac, but hey, if it works, use it, Mark, you were teaching people to use Kali. For security class. Got it. Yeah. Yeah, I was testing Tails OS. Yeah. Not for that kind of money. They are pricey. But I will tell you this. If I had the sponsors or the budget, I would buy one Mac, because I never had one before. I would buy it new out of the box, and I would give my honest opinion of it. I think I know what the opinion would be, meaning that it would work. It's not hard to use. For multimedia, it's great, except it's pricey. That would probably be my opinion. But if I had the budget, I would buy just one Mac just to have it. Yeah, sure. My friend, I got a couple friends that have Mac products, iPhones, and they're happy, and I get it. So they don't have problems with updates trashing the system. Windows. You listening, Windows? So you put Ubuntu 18 for a friend. Loved it. Way better than Windows. Yeah. With 1 gig of RAM. Yeah. Oh, your daughter has the Apple? Has the MacBook, Tim? Okay. I don't think they're overrated, Peabody. If like our friend Stephanie, the singer, uses both Windows and Mac, she prefers Mac. I don't think they're overrated. Are they overpriced? Probably. But they're only overrated if they don't work, or they keep crashing, or if you install updates it won't work. So I don't think they're overrated, but they may be overpriced. Yeah. Watch Louis Rossmann video, have a different attitude toward Mac laptops. I've seen a few of his videos. Look, I can only go by the top tier YouTubers who only use Macs. And it's got to be for a reason. Now, of course, they don't have to worry about money. I get it. But they also don't want a headache. So, I don't recall updates trashing Macs as much as Windows as the last 2 or 3 years. I just don't recall. Now we can debate, if it's worth it or not. I understand. Kraus, you have an old ThinkPad running Linux. ThinkPads are awesome. ThinkPads and Linux is a very good marriage. Absolutely, yeah. Oh, she has all Apple products? Well, it makes sense. Normally, if you have one Apple product and you like it, you're probably going to stick with Apple. I just think uses all Apple. Yeah. She does, actually, yeah. Now, I've been asked in the past to do, reviews and tutorials of Apple products. I just don't have the budget to buy them, you know. But I would give an honest opinion of the Apple product. And I would probably say it's nice, it works, but it's overpriced. You know, I've played with Apple products like MacBook Air and stuff like that. They're nice machines, you know. A lot of developers use Apple, maybe because it's reliable. I don't know. A lot of that has to do with school software. Okay. All right. Sure. Well, Chromebooks are being used too for school, so it's not all Apple, right? All right, let's give this a 5-minute warning. I'm going to wrap this up for tonight. Catch up on the news or another show that I watch. History's Greatest Mysteries. Check it out. So, yeah. All right, so if anybody else has a question or comment, now's your chance for tonight. What is the weather forecast? One thing about Ubuntu Mate, they have the best weather app, Let's see. Highs in the 40s. Ooh, a heat wave. All right. I'll take it. Partly sunny. Okay, good enough. I'll take it for tomorrow. The multimedia experience in Apple Macs are amazing. Yes, they are. Whether it's video, photo, or music production. Totally agree. That's what I hear. Yeah. Yeah. It is amazing. Yeah, Tim, I'll see you tomorrow. Yes. Yes. I think I'm done with the wine. This is my third glass, so yeah, I think I'm done for tonight. Maybe I'll run upstairs and grab some ice cream. I'll grab an ice cream Linux sandwich. Woohoo! The stream's been pretty steady tonight. Haven't seen any glitches or hiccups. Looks good. I've gotten used to this new Ubuntu Studio, so looks good. Looks good. So got a couple of videos I need to do. One is my top 5 YouTube channels for 2020. And to be fair, I didn't pick any Linux channels or technology, just like other types of channel like cars and podcasts and stuff like that. So look for that. And I need to do another comments corner where I will comment on your comments. So take a look for that. You'll be streaming KOTOR. KOTOR. What is KOTOR? I don't know. All right, Peabody, take care. Okay, so let's wrap this up. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. To my friend in New Zealand, Mark, thank you for stopping by, for sticking up late. Great to have you here. So keep in touch. You guys know how to reach me. And be safe out there, okay? Wear the mask. Wear the freaking mask. So, ciao.